let's see some data first. These are the top 10 endangered animals alive in the world. The rank and data is up to 2018. The top one on the list is the Sumatran rhinoceros. When there was only one male Sumatran rhinoceros alive in the world, 40 armed police guarded the animal for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But he was too old to reproduce. Sudan, the world's last Sumatran rhinoceros, died in Kenya in 2018 at the age of 45. Let's look at another species. South China tiger, a tiger endemic to China, is on the second of the list. Actually, no presence of South China tiger has been discovered since 1990. Many experts believe that the natural population of South China tiger is extinct. According to IUCN, the International Union for Conservation of Nature, there are about 11% birds, 25% mammals, and 34% fish are facing the problem of extinction. This is really a serious problem because one kind of animal's extinction can cause 10 to 30 other species to disappear too. It is just like a domino effect. So here comes the problem. What exactly caused this extinction? I mean, how did they just disappear? Well, self-evolution problem, ecological damage, and overhunting. There are so many reasons for that. Which one is the biggest culprit? I don't think I have a correct answer. But there is a leaderboard inside my mind, and the top one is the unscientifically and excessively overhunting. About overhunting, it is a quite simple theory to me. People want some part of the animal, so they hunt them. Just like siding antelope's horns can be used as medicines, and gharial's skin can be made into handbags. So they slaughter them. Well, look at this picture. Can you identify this animal? It's obvious that it's a whale. Here is the thing. Japan resumed its commercial whaling on July 1st. The very next day, its membership from the International Whaling Committee expired, and 6 months after withdrawing from the organization. I have to admit that this news didn't draw much of my attention because, I don't know, it just didn't draw much of my attention. But when I heard the stories behind this consumption, I just got shocked. The Japanese government tried to prove that whale's meat are part of their tradition and food culture, since whales used to be an important source of nutrients when food was in short supply. Well, that is not true. Back to World War II, these things may be true, because after World War II, Japan nearly had nothing left. People didn't have much money to buy the beef or pork. That's when whales became such a popular thing. When the whales were caught, people will cook and eat the flesh, and they will use the whale's oil as a lamp fuel. But it is 21st century now. Whales is no longer a necessity, and Japan was no longer in food shortage. So, actually, the consumption of whales has decreased from 200,000 tons per year in 1960s to just about 5,000 tons per year now. That could be due to the changing taste of the new generation. In this case, I deeply doubt the intention of this so-called tradition. If people don't need it and don't even like it anymore, how can it still be a tradition? And how can tradition still be a reason for you to hunt those whales? Some Japanese fishermen think that they are doing the right thing because whales eat too much fish in the ocean. This is another false conception. Yet, contrary to some fishermen's belief that whales are large pests in the ocean, marine researchers found that they actually promote the circulation in the food web. Whales are consumers of the ocean food web, and its role to transfer energy and maintain the stability. For example, like whales' waste, they play an important role in the ocean food web. They can release nitrogen and iron ions into the ocean, which accelerates the growth of zooplankton and phytoplankton, further feeding the fish and shrimps in the ocean. That is to say, by resuming commercial whaling, Japan will break the ecological balance. So, I am sure that there are Japanese ecologists aware of this, right? So again, I deeply doubt their intention to protect the little fish in the ocean. There is another kind of animal that is being hunted by humans, dolphins. There is a documentary about dolphins exposing the brutal hunt of dolphins in Taiji, Japan. This documentary really shocked me because I didn't know that being an animal protector is such a dangerous thing that some of them even died in the process of slaughter hunting. This also reveals the fact that those hunters will do anything for their own profit. They will kill the people who stop them hunting because they may lose their source of money if they stop hunting. They use every possible way to kill the dolphins, from switching them to the corner of the ocean to stabbing them with all kinds of advanced harpoons until the whole ocean becomes a red sea. Where did these dolphins go? Well, some of them were sent to the supermarket, not only to Japan, but also all over the world. And the rest of them were sent to the aquariums. Speaking of aquariums, there is a saying that a dolphin's smile is the biggest lie in the world. Unfortunately, that is true. The life in the aquariums is really a torture to the dolphins. And you will never know how much they have suffered in aquariums. The nature of zoos and aquariums are changing little by little. What we should really look at is the primitive life of animals, like how they live, how they eat, how they communicate, and how they make friends. Not to train them to be docile and make them tools to please human beings and make money. I really hope that people can stop watching those animal shows. There are so many ways to entertain ourselves, and watching animal performance is definitely not one of them. I remember in Germany, there are circus that use holographic projection to show the audience the animals without hurting any real lives. I think that is what the progress of technology has brought us to. I really hope that people can sit down and look at the beautiful creatures around. Is it really necessary to harm the animals for the sake of your impulse or vanity? With the development of science and technology, is it really necessary to stand on the top of the food chain and harm the animals that are not supposed to be food? Can you just forget about money for a while and find the real beauty of these creatures? At last, I just hope that everybody can be kind to all the creatures in this world.